The Trump curse has struck again, and Donald Trump has dragged the United States World Cup men's national team into the humiliation. I don't know whether we're ready to officially recognize it as a scientific phenomenon, but we have to ask the question, is there a Trump sports curse? Because the evidence is getting really ugly. Trump has this habit where he'll attach himself to a major sporting event because he loves being in front of the camera and he loves attention. He loves photo ops, the whole thing. He wants everybody to know he's involved here. And it keeps ending badly. And the latest example is the World Cup. Now, this one I think is especially funny because Trump didn't just say, oh, I'm rooting for Team USA. He got involved. We talked yesterday how before the US match in the round of 16 with Belgium, there was controversy because the American player, Flo Balogun, got a red card in the previous game. Now, it wasn't a very good red card. It shouldn't have been a red card. But this is sort of the way sports work. Referees have available to them different tools that can be used during the game. And a decision is made, and sometimes the decision is wrong, and that's it. You move on. As I said yesterday, there have been baseball pitchers that lost perfect games because of bad calls from umpires. There have been, in this World Cup, penalty kicks that shouldn't have been penalty kicks, situations where there should have been a penalty kick, but there wasn't, all of this stuff. So the Trump administration gets involved. Trump calls his friend Gianni Infantino, who created the FIFA Peace Prize for Trump, and pressures FIFA to overturn the suspension, and they do. And Flo Balogun suits up and plays against Belgium. Now, this is highly unusual. Instead of saying, I wish the team good luck, they're down a player, but I have confidence, they try to influence how a sports governing body, an international one, by the way, not even an American one, although that would be bad enough, tries to pressure them to change the outcome of what is, at the end of the day, an internal disciplinary decision. And supporters, some of them celebrated, some others said, hey, listen, the president shouldn't be getting involved in this. The red card was overturned. The U.S. got its player back. And the sort of story or narrative became Trump delivered for the United States. And then the United States lost anyway. Belgium beat the United States 4-1. And in fact, after one of the goals, Belgium mocked Donald Trump with the Trump dance and a post after defeating the United States. Now, the United States may have lost either way. If they lost with their good player, it stands to reason they would have also lost without their good player, even though, sometimes there's dynamics at play where the whole game would have been different. Who knows? But needless to say, Belgium is a very good team. So after all the pressure, all the headlines, the drama, Trump getting himself involved, it ultimately didn't matter. And within minutes, social media was once again saying, this is the Trump sports curse. Now, obviously, it's sort of a joke. Trump didn't make Belgium score 4 goals. But if you're keeping track at home, we've got a pretty damn long list here. Remember, we've got the Super Bowl where Trump made a huge point of attending. He praised the Kansas City Chiefs. He made it clear that he wanted them to win. He said all of this different stuff, and they got blown out. Then there was the New York Knicks. Trump made sure everyone knew he was backing the Knicks and he's going to game 3 and inconveniencing everybody in order to be there. And the Knicks lost game 3. And people said, oh, well, he cursed them too. And now we've got the World Cup on the list. We have the incident where the Commanders hosted the Lions and lost at home. And Trump watched from a suite as Miami fell in the college football national championship. And then Trump went to the Ryder Cup where Europe defeated the US team. And so this is not like a serious analysis. Trump is not controlling the outcome of these games through, some kind of supernatural force. But Trump has this knack for showing up, demanding attention, inconveniencing attendees, embracing a team, getting involved. And then it just all completely falls apart. Now, I do think there's a political parallel here. Think about it this way. Trump endorses businesses and they collapse. He appoints officials who resign in scandal. He launches products that disappear because they're terrible. He starts companies that lose massive amounts of money. He starts charities which are legally forced to disband, and he gets banned from running charities in certain states. He promotes events that then flop. And now we're pulling sports into it. So I don't even really think the story is about sports. The story is everything Trump touches seems to become about Trump, and then a lot of it dies. The spotlight moves on, and there's a mess left behind. And what is now left behind with the World Cup is this humiliating situation where the United States, along with Canada and Mexico, play host to the biggest global sporting event that there is. Billions of people watch. And then Trump gets involved in humiliating fashion, and immediately the U.S. team loses, and now is left as a losing team with Trump having gotten involved and generating negative attention. So if my favorite team were about to play what was arguably the biggest game in franchise history for the U.S. men's national team last night, I would be hoping Trump is staying far away. Now, my favorite irony of the entire story is that by Trump's opinions about birthright citizenship, Flo Balogun shouldn't even be on the U.S. team because he shouldn't be a citizen because Trump doesn't want birthright citizenship. It is remarkable that Donald Trump has been lobbying all the way up to the Supreme Court, which fortunately decided against Trump, that people in Flo Balogun's situation shouldn't even be citizens. But then when Trump thinks it's convenient and it'll make him look cool and it'll make him look good, he goes, oh no, we got to overturn this red card so that this guy can represent the United States. And by the way, if I were the boss, he never would have even become a citizen in the first place. Truly pathetic, embarrassing stuff. Thanks for watching. Check out another one of our videos and make sure to subscribe so YouTube keeps our content in your feed. And if you prefer audio, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify or Apple.